Hey, welcome back to Clearing the Mist with Ken Hamilton. So glad to have you back. Hey, we're going to continue something from last week. But before we start that, let me tell you about our lineup here at NAS 716 Studio. On Monday, Clearing the Mist with Ken Hamilton. That's myself. Vibing with Vicky Wademan is on Tuesday. Faith Matters is on Wednesdays with Dr. Khan now, so change your calendar. And on Thursday is Mind Your Business with Naz. And all of these are great shows. We're sorry to have to say so long to Frank Hadley, but there were some things that he just had to do based upon he's a young man with a family and a lot of responsibility in church and business. And hey, we appreciate his time here, and I still think that he's great. If you have any questions, well, we've got answers. Our host and our team will follow up with you during the show, or we can do that later as well. So if you have some questions that you want to ask in the course of our conversation here, then feel free to ask those, type them in, and we'll get around to them. And thank you for watching. And I want to thank our guest for being back. Last week we had a fantastic, interesting show for me. The way that we met and everything, and your kind of life that you're doing, a young man, 30 years old, you bought a business on Pine Avenue, which I'm really hoping that one day they'll call it Mediterranean Street. And this is M.D. Barry Muhammad. Did I say Barry? I think I spelled it wrong. I didn't finish the whole word. That's right. I screwed that up. Bepary. Bepary. I forgot the second R. But Bepary. Habib, which means loving friend.
Yes.
All right. And nickname MD, but of all of those names, you know what I like best?
What is it?
Mo.
Yeah. I was hoping you'd say that. Well, Muhammad is such a long name. It comes like long line of history.
Yeah.
Our prophet name is Muhammad, our beloved prophet. And we don't actually like to be close as possible to his name. So our parents give us name similar to it. It's not exactly the same name.
Oh, it isn't?
So we change the words. It's not spelling it, we change it. Sounds same.
Instead of Muhammad is Mohammed?
Yes.
Which one was which?
Muhammad is the original.
Spell the original.
Well, it's hard to spell it in English, like there's so many translations.
All right.
So I would not get the right one even I want to. In Arabic and English letters sometimes differentiate with the pronunciation.
Right. All right, well,
Yeah.
I could understand that.
Yeah, so so some in school age young guys don't want to put that long name, Muhammad, they put Mo. Some put MD. So this name has a lot of variation on it.
Well, I'm called a lot of different names, too. Some of them are not very flattering. But I don't care,
We all been there.
So here's one of the things, again, let me recap. Last week, I was telling about when I was going to Home Depot that I happened to go in the back way because of from where I was coming. When I saw this tremendously filled with, there had to be 60, 70 people out there, and they're playing a game of cricket. I recognized it right away because, well, I'm Ken Hamilton, man of international fame and esteem. But I had never really watched a cricket match. Actually, that's not true. I think when I was about 9 or 10 years old, I saw one on television, but it did not hold my interest. But now, to see it happening and wondering, well, what's going on here? And how is this game played? And so I went up, and this is behind 60th Street School. And I went up and I started talking to the fellas, and what a bunch of nice, everybody really was really, really happy that I had taken an interest in their game. They answered all of my questions. They were just so extremely friendly. And I learned a lot that day. There's still a lot to learn. You played cricket, right?
Yes.
And so did our producer.
Yes, one of the best.
Really, really quickly, because what we're going to talk about today is we're going to juxtapose, that is, to take one thing and measure it up against the next thing that's similar. about what was the difference between you being in your home country of Bangladesh, which in times past it was called East Pakistan. It's on the east side of the subcontinent of India on the Bay of Bengal. And here in the United States of America. But before that, what if you weren't playing cricket, what would you want to be doing for the rest of your life?
If I didn't play cricket, I would be fixing cars. I'm an auto mechanic by profession.
You're not, yeah, you're an automobile mechanic. You're going to be fixing cars, but is that something that, I mean, I think cricket is a whole lot more fun.
Well, sports is always fun. Something you like, something you care about with your passion. Well, if I had chance, I would be doing my daily life with cricket. If that was a possibility in USA,
So if you could become a professional cricket player, you would have done that.
could be a player, could be coach, could be someone analyst,
Oh, really?
or even be a groundsman. I like doing work physically and mentally with cricket. Anything to do with cricket, I'm there.
You're groundsman. You're talking about mowing the lawn and taking care of the pitch?
Kind of.
Okay.
The pitch actually is not like as simple as it looks. It's very expensive and very hard work to create a pitch of cricket.
Okay. For the audience, describe the pitch.
Pitch is cricket pitch is 22 yards.
22 yards.
Yes, long.
Okay.
And this pitch can be just any pitch. It has to have right type of soil,
All right.
right type of width and height. There's a measurement you can cross when you're playing cricket. So there's lines. So this pitch maintaining is very hard. When you
So
like
you said the right height and width. You mean length and width, right?
length and weight. But even though you create the pitch right away, the rain comes, snow comes, any type of natural things comes in, this shape could be differentiated, and they'll not make the cricket game very fun. So it has to be even.
Okay.
If the rain drops in there, one place got pothole type of
All right.
water rain there, that pitch is not playable. In fact, in international cricket, a lot of game get cancelled because of rain.
And because the integrity of the field.
Yes, it's not safe.
But you're here in America, Dave. Cricket's not the most popular game in the world, well, not in the most popular game in America. But one of the things that I wanted to know and to understand is to know you came to the United States. Not very many people leave the United States to live in Bangladesh.
Not many, but a few. I mean, it's about the opportunity. I would say. I think I was talking to you about this chapter. A lot of people talk about how America has so many flaws and stuff like that, but everybody want to come to USA.
Really, come here, yeah. Yeah, if I could jump in right here for really, really quickly. One of the things that we were talking about previously was a young fellow who came to me, a young African American who came to me and said that he had met a foreigner down at the waterfall who said that he said, and here's what the young fellow quoted to me. He said that you Americans think that you're better than everybody else in the world. I says, well, what did you say? He says, I says, no, we don't. I says, well, you said the wrong thing. He says, well, what should I have said? I says, you should have told him, we don't think we're better than everybody in the world. We are everybody in the world. And if that makes us better, well, so be it. We do have people from all over the globe. The only people that we don't have living in the United States are people from Antarctica because nobody's born there. But every place else in the world, every other nation in the world have sent people to the United States of America. You came, how old were you when you came?
I was 12 years old. I came in 2003.
And how did that happen? How did that come about?
Well, my dad came here in 1995. It's called V1 visa.
All right.
It was like government was taking worker, and he applied for that visa. Then my dad was allowed to bring us with him.
But that was years later.
But he decided he want to work hard, get his own place, own business. Then he want to bring us because my dad didn't want us to suffer here with him because it's very hard over here living with the family, making a good fortune.
So he came here with his family?
No, he came by himself, 1995.
But did he have any relatives in the
No,
States?
he didn't know anybody.
He didn't know anybody.
He worked all the way from the bottom to up.
Oh, really? That's great.
This is one thing about our culture. We never abandon our family.
You never what? Oh, you never abandon your family.
Yes, we always stick by our family. We always do the right thing. Even we don't necessarily be always there, even we want to.
All right.
But we sacrifice a lot of ourselves to help our family. When it comes to a family man, perfect family man is my father, and I always wanted to be like him.
We never mentioned your mom yet. How
No.
does she
She's
suffer through all of this?
she's the one who sacrificed the most.
All right.
My dad actually earned the money. My mom actually managed the money
All right.
because she was a young woman when she had my sister, who is like 4 years older than me. Then she had me, and I have a younger brother. She managed to take care of all three of us by herself without my father being beside her. Obviously, she had money from my dad to help us financially, but mental support, being there every day, every second with the three of the children by herself, she did she was my mom and dad same time.
All right.
When,
Now you're married now, right?
Yes, I am. I have a beautiful 2 years old baby.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I want to be every bit of same person my dad been with me, to my baby. I wouldn't follow any other role model.
But your dad was not with you for a good part of your life. You're with your child
Yes.
every day. Is your wife making sacrifices your mom had?
Yes, she is. She's actually more educated than me. She's
She's more what now?
She's more educated.
Oh, is she really?
Yes, she's a software engineer, and she can get very good job if she wants to. But she want to sacrifice that time for her baby and me. She want me to succeed first.
So your wife is a software engineer.
Yes.
What was your mom?
My mom actually was a housewife.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's a tough job too.
It is the most toughest job in the world.
Okay, so let's go back. Let's go back to Bangladesh.
Yes.
You're living there. Your dad's in the States. You're living in Bangladesh. Let's take Monday morning. What did you do on any given Monday morning?
Well, that time was a young time. I was in maybe going to middle school and about to be in high school, let's say when I was 12 years old.
All right.
So every Monday to Friday we had school.
Okay.
We used to wake up 5 in the morning, pray our first. We have to pray 5 times in the day.
Right, that's required under Islam.
Yeah, as a Muslim religious person,
Right.
or any type of religion, you have to follow the rules and regulation. Our rules are like prayer is the first thing when it comes to following our religion.
All right.
So there's 5 times. The morning time starts around at 5 something. So we used to wake up at 5, pray. Then we used to recite Quran,
All right.
our holy book. Then we used to go to school at 8 a.m. in the morning.
Did you have any chores to do prior to that?
In the morning, we have to make our own beds. Because we didn't have much time. It's so much educational things goes on from 5 to 8. You have very few times to like do other chores. But we had chores time when after we come from school.
Oh, okay.
So our school is to end normally 2 o'clock, 2:30.
Because of the heat?
Huh?
Because of the heat?
No. This is the timetable at a young age, middle school. We start at 8 in the morning, finish at 2 p.m., 2:30 in the afternoon. So after that, we come home, do our chores, whatever chores we had.
Okay, so now you're in the United States of America. You got a wife, you have a family. What do you do first thing Monday morning? Tell me about here in the States. What's your first weekday look like?
Well, if I want to say the first day of experience coming to USA or every day.
Well, we could do both. Go give the first experience.
Well,
what was the culture shock?
First day, when I was in USA.
All right.
When I woke up, it was November 29th, I remember I came.
November 29th?
Yes.
And that was down to New York City?
Yes, New York City, Queens.
Right, that's a little different than what your first day would have been here in Niagara Falls.
Yes.
A whole lot less snow in Queens.
That's the fine thing. The first day I came, it was snowing crazy.
Oh, was it really in Queens?
Yes, it was in 2003, November 29, it was snowing. It was about 3 feet snow.
3 feet of snow?
Yeah.
No.
Trust me, it was bad.
Oh, come on, come on. I lived on Long Island out in Suffolk County. The worst snowstorm they had was 17 inches overnight, but 3 feet in
City is
Queens.
like a crumpet, like so all the snow gets stacked up.
Oh, you mean from the plowing there? Yeah, okay, I
it gets
understand.
it's
Right.
stacked up. So I mean, for first time seeing snow, it was something like totally different experience
I can
for me.
imagine, yeah.
Yeah. After that, I hated it. So, I mean, it depends. How do you look at on the views? Like first day of snow, then I went to school after 1 week. It was totally different, but I was in a vacation mode, so I liked it.
Okay, so now you went to school, but was it an international school or a standard school?
No, I went to public school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And you had no problem with the language?
I did a lot of problem. Actually, I was bullied because of my language. I was never a fluent speaker. I never had the gut to speak like today, in front of a camera, in front of a person. I was a very shy kid. Had very pronunciation problems. I still have it. English was very hard for me to start getting to know it, understand it. I could read and write
All right, because
because I went to school back in Bangladesh.
in that South continent, English was a legal language.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, but everybody was very focused on English. We used to read and write, that's no problem. But when it comes to accent
Right,
and speaking a proper language in here,
right. The only way that you could really learn that from
by living
offshore,
here.
well, or watching a lot of television, American television,
yeah.
because the nuances are always there.
I mean, for me, language was very tough to get a handle of. I mean, I tried, keep trying still. But it was a tough time for me at the beginning.
Oh, okay. So now you get to Queens. You're with your dad. Your mom had come as well, right? And your 2 siblings.
So my dad came 1995. Me, my mom, my sister, and brother came in 2003 altogether.
Right. So now you're in school and you were bullied and everything. But how did you overcome those things?
Well, if I get scared, my brother, he'll be more bullied than me. So I didn't have time. I couldn't afford to be scared.
All right.
I had to defend myself and my brother. So that time, I had to stand up for myself. Doesn't matter how much I used to be. I pushed back down, So I didn't let myself fall.
Okay. So now, what did your father do in Queens?
Well, he always been with cars. Like he always been a really good mechanic and body person. Automotive mechanic. He always been with cars.
And now you own a business.
Yes.
And what is your business? And where is it again?
Is Pine Avenue, 2920 Pine Avenue.
2920 Pine Avenue in Niagara Falls, New York.
Yes, the business district.
Right.
Also known as the Little Italy.
Well, yeah, we're gonna have to change that one day. And I'm still gonna push this. It's not Little Italy, it's Little Mediterranean, because if you drive that 1.2 miles down Pine Avenue between Hyde Park and the aquarium, well, between the arches actually, every ethnicity in Niagara Falls has a presence there.
Yes.
And so it's like the Mediterranean Sea, where you have everybody in the Mediterranean. It touches Africa, it touches Asia, Asia Minor, and it touches Europe, and that represents everybody pretty much except for, well, the Native Americans. And they're nearby, they're down at the casino, and then we have the Tuscarora Reservation just to the north of the city. Fine people, really fine people. So now, your business, you have a telephone number?
Yes. 347-285-2409. Also, if you can search in Collision Enterprise in Google, you always can find me.
All right, that's Collision Enterprises.
Yes.
Collision, Collision Enterprises. All right, I'm sure that somebody's going to want to help you now. What is your dream? What is the thing that you're here in the United States where everything could come true? And everything could come true. What is your dream?
Well, since I was a kid, I was very athletic and a sporty person. So
What's this now?
athletic, and I like to be, I'm very big fan of sports, any type of sports.
Okay, very
So I
good.
also want to be someone with sports.
All right.
But when I came here, I really focused on my education. So I actually forgot that time that I want to be something with sports.
Right. Now you
If
have
I,
a degree.
yes. Um, Beside that, I my always been a dream like some involved with sports, but that's not possible right now because I have
Yeah.
family.
You have a
My
family.
dream right now, make my family happy, especially my son. He can be as all the opportunity I didn't get. I want to give him all the opportunities he can get.
Right. When you're giving them all of the opportunities and everything that you didn't have when you were growing up, make sure you give them everything that you did have. Love, compassion, chores, all of these things that made you you, so that he could grow up to become a better you, better
Well,
version of you.
the things I'm talking about is never about money. It's not like I can be super rich and leave all the wealth for him. It's nothing like that.
Well, that's not good for any child anyway.
Yes, I don't want to make my child spoiled. I want him to realize that we come from very hard background, that we work very hard to be here.
Speaking of which, how many relatives do you have back in Bangladesh?
Millions.
Millions.
I mean, everybody my blood relatives are back in Bangladesh. I don't have any blood relative family in the USA.
None?
None.
You're the only?
My mom, dad, my brother, and my sister.
Oh, really?
But we do have some type of like far relatives, like we know from the same area in my country,
All right.
Bangladesh. So Dhaka, especially I lived in Dhaka, that's the
right.
capital. I know some people who live the same area, but we never met in Bangladesh, but we met here.
But you met
And
here.
we have become very close, good friends.
So let me ask you, how, in comparison to any place in the United States, how large is Bangladesh? Is it the size of New Jersey or something
Well,
like that?
I don't know the exact size of New Jersey or my country right now,
All right.
because the trend is a little bit changing. Um, they're having some issues with the trend, but I think I would say is New Jersey is about New Jersey. Yes, I would say that
Okay, maybe a little bigger, maybe the
it
size of
should
New
be a little
York.
bigger, but I don't know exact size.
Oh, all right.
But it's very populated country.
Well, yeah. How many? What do you got in that?
Right now we got 18 crore in Bangla language. I don't know how to translate here. Isn't billions? No, not million. It's more than that.
Oh, it can't be a billion. Well, could it be a billion? There's
No,
a
it
billion
can't.
people in. There's
6.6 billion people in the world.
Oh, well, actually, it's up to 8 now. You know.
I didn't know. I don't know the updated one.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean,
And-
18 million people is about it.
18 million. Okay,
Yeah.
that's about as many people in New York State.
Yeah.
Okay, and so, all right. And so then there's fields and farms and everything else like
Yes,
this.
Bangladesh always been a agricultural country.
Now, when your wife, and we're running out of time, unfortunately. I don't think we really got down to, really getting to understand some of the things that I want people to understand about you. Let's talk about religion really, really quickly. We
Yes.
talked about that early on.
Yeah.
You're Islam, you're Muslim.
A Muslim. Yes.
And you, like so many other Christians and Jews and Muslims and everybody else, you say you're not a strict adherent to the religion.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm not strict inherent to a religion. I strictly follow it in my heart.
Okay?
I don't press my views on other people.
All right.
So as I said, I'm a very strict follower of the Islam. I keep it to myself. I don't have to brag about it. I follow my religion 24 hours. What do you do? I don't want to throw that in someone's face. I respect all religion. I don't have to believe them. Everybody's belief is their religion. So I believe mine.
Right.
You believe yours.
Right.
So this way, if thinking that way make me be less aggressive toward other people. People say all the Muslims are very aggressive. It's not true.
Well, it's not true. I have been to, I think, 4 Islamic countries: Turkey, Tunisia, Morocco, Senegal. And I don't find and I had a great time in all of those places. But unfortunately, the point is that you're a Muslim, your religion is right for you, other people's religions are right for them in your eyes. We're
Whatever you believe.
all right, we're out of time. It's 6:30 now. And this went like way too fast. So what we're going to ask you is, ask people, we're going to ask you to comment on your questions on Facebook. You connect with stay tuned with us. Mondays again, Clearing the Mist with me, Ken Hamilton. On Tuesdays, Vibing with Vicky Whiteman. I keep wanting to say it like you said. Vitamin. Vicky Weidman. Faith Matters with Dr. Nasser Khan. And on Thursdays, Mind Your Business with Naz, our producer here, and the person who's pretty much sponsoring this show. Stay tuned. Hey, we're looking for your questions. We want you to participate in this show because, hey, I'm doing this for you. For you all out there. I want you to know and understand, the people that are around us and make up the wonderful area of Western New York, the great city of Niagara Falls, New York. And we welcome you to Niagara Falls, New York. So we'll see you next week, guys. God bless.